Hi guys, I thought I would do a short video on how to update your WordPress theme. So it's a little bit more involved. And what you have to figure out is you have to figure out if your theme actually will update itself automatically, or at least give you an alert, or if you have to do it manually. And so typically you'll see when you log into your WordPress dashboard, you might see under the theme or under the dashboard, you'll see an update. And so when I click on that, I'm going to get a page like this saying, okay, you have version 2.12.1 installed, and there's a new version 0.2 now. So I'll show you how to update your WordPress theme manually. If it's automatic, generally you'll have a version, the ability to do it right here in your WordPress dashboard. So you're going to need to do a couple of things. So what you'll need to do is actually go and log into where you actually purchased your theme. If I did your website for you, then it will be under my account. But typically what I do is I'll have you set up your own account so you can get your own license and so on. Don't fret if you don't have that. I can always do it for you. And so the first thing that you need to check is you actually need to check the changelog. And so every theme is a little bit different, but on this particular theme that we need to update for a site, the changelog is here on the bottom. And I'll tell you why this is important. It's because whenever you're updating your plugins, there's going to be some plugins that come with the theme that you actually need to update the theme for the plugins to work properly. So for this particular website, we know that the theme comes with Visual Composer, Revolution Slider, and Layer Slider. So just updating it through the WordPress backend doesn't actually work. It can actually cause some incompatibility issues. So make sure you keep that in mind whenever you're updating your plugins. And now that I think about it, I should probably edit that video just so you know. Anyways, now I know that this theme is going to come with these plugins. So what I did was I actually logged into Themeforest, which is where the theme was purchased. And I'm going to extract the folder. And you got to be careful here because you got a lot more sort of zip files here. And Bridge is the particular name for the theme. So I'm going to open that, and then you can see it actually looks like what you would typically see in a theme installation on WordPress. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your favorite FTP program. So for me, on the Mac, I like to use Cyberduck. But there's also like other ones for Windows and so on that are free. I think Filezilla is a good free one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in to using the FTP credentials to the actual server. And I've already done that here. Make sure you check your GoDaddy account or your Media Temple account or your hosting account to get your FTP information. And then I'm going to open up WP admin. And I'm going to open WP content. And then you can see there's a folder here that says themes. And Bridge is the one that we're overwriting. And so you can see here, these are all of the files that we're going to overwrite. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go back to my folder. And I'm just going to do a simple drag and drop. If I didn't have so many windows open, this would look a little bit easier. Let's close these guys. And I'm going to simply drag and drop into the themes folder. And it's going to ask me, are you cool with overwriting it? I'm going to say continue. And I'm going to let it do its thing. Okay, so I just finished overwriting the theme file through FTP and or the theme folder. And the next thing that I have to do for this particular theme is that it comes with certain plugins that make it work properly. And this is sort of the point that I was trying to make, is that not all plugins are should be updated through your backend on WordPress. Some may have to be updated manually. So I'm going to show you how to do some of that. Just like we overwrote some of the, or we overwrote the theme folder, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to overwrite some of the plugin folders here. And so I'm going to go back to my theme documentation, and within the theme, there's a folder called plugins, and you can see I've got all of these zip files. So the first one I'm going to do is Visual Composer. I'm going to extract that folder, and I'm going to just make sure that I'm going to be overwriting this JS_composer in the plugins folder. So I'm going to just simply grab it and drag it over if it's going to want to move. Let's try that again. Just a little bit slow here. So it should ask me if I want to overwrite. I'm going to say continue, and it's going to do its thing. Now, just like when you update your plugins over here on the back end, you want to do these manual updates one at a time. So I do it, I go back in, I test, make sure I didn't break anything. If I did break something, I can always go back to a backed up file or a backup file and so on. So yeah, so anyways, just to summarize here, when you're updating your theme file, it's probably going to come with some really specific plugins that it needs to do its job. And if you're updating your theme manually through FTP, you're going to want to manually update your plugins as well, since you've got your FTP program open already. That's it. If you have any questions at all, get a hold of me, and I'll do my best to help you out.